Okay, welcome to Lab 10, Configuring Site Level Fault Tolerance. We're currently working our way through the Configuring Advanced Windows Server 2012 R2 services, part of the Microsoft Official Academic Course in preparation for exam 70-412. So we only have two exercises here. The first one's going to be configuring and enabling Hyper-V replication. So let's get started. It looks like we are using all four machines. So we're going to log in to our live machine, my Hyper-V. And I'm going to log into each of these. Also, again, good housekeeping. It's always good before you get started to create a checkpoint. I've already created mine. And then I want to connect. And I'll minimize this and turn all my machines on. So I'm going to pause the video for a minute while I wait for these to boot up. Okay, so here's my RWDC. I'm going to log in as a Contosa/administrator. Server, this is my storage. Log in as a user. Okay, so that's all up and going. So we want to actually go into our server 1. So I'm going to minimize this, minimize my server 2, and see if I can locate server 1 on here. Bring this up to the forefront. Okay, so here I am on server 1. I'm just going to wait for the server manager to come up and then I'll resume the video. Okay, here I have server 1 is up. I've maximized it. Next thing I'm going to do is go into Tools. And I'm going to go down to Hyper-V Manager. So I'm going to minimize this. It's easier. Okay, here's our Hyper-V Manager up and going. Now in our Hyper-V Manager console, we're going to right-click Server 1 and click on Choose Hyper-V Settings. Now we want to click on Replication Configuration. We want to click to enable this computer as a replica server as soon as it comes up. To enable Kerberos authentication, we want to click to select Use Kerberos HTTP. Which brings us to our first question: what port is used with Kerberos HTTP authentication? In the authorization and storage section, which is down here, we're going to click to select Allow replication from any authenticated server. And then we're going to click on Browse. We want to navigate to our C drive. Double click C. And we want to create a new folder. Oops. Select. And we want to type in VMREPLICA. And then enter. And OK. Here's our Hyper-V. And then we will close out of our Hyper-V. Oops, let's go back to our right click, Hyper-V settings. Okay, looks like it took, so I just want to scroll down, make sure we have everything else covered, and we do. So we'll go ahead and click on OK, and then close out of our Hyper-V Manager. Now we're going to click the Start button. And we want to navigate to the control panel. And then we want to navigate to System and Security. And then click Windows Firewall. And then go into Advanced Settings. And here we're going to click on Inbound Rules. Now we want to right-click the Hyper-V replica. Hyper-V replica HTTP listener, which is this one. Right-click, Enable Rule. Now we're going to close out of this. Go into our server 2. Go into our Hyper-V Manager. Essentially, we're going to follow the same steps we just did on server 1. Okay, start. Just want to make sure it selected it. Control panel. System and security. And Windows Firewall. Advanced. Inbound. Another one again, find the Hyper-V replica listener. There are no inbound rules. There we go. Right click, enable rule. Okay, then we'll go ahead and close out of the firewall. And that is the end of exercise 10.1. Alright, since we're about at 15 minutes, I'll go ahead and call this as the end of this video, the end of this exercise. The next exercise we will continue, and we'll start working on exercise 10.2, which is configuring replication for a virtual machine.